When the world found out that Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet were splitting, the world was at a standstill. How could this seemingly perfect couple that won the hearts of millions of fans be getting a divorce? They were together for 16 years, known as Hollywood's strongest couple, and out of nowhere they announced that their marriage was no more.
I'm hosting SNL. That's it.
When does this happen?
Bucket list. Marry Lisa Bonet, be on SNL.
While the former couple hasn't shared many details about the reason behind their split, it seems Lisa may have been dropping some subtle hints about the decision in an interview published just weeks before the announcement of their split. Bonet revealed that she was being called to pursue new things and learn to be authentically herself. The actress even went on to echo some comments made in her announcement post with Momoa, noting that she felt the squeeze of the times we're living in today. The revolution is definitely here, and we're all feeling the squeeze. If you aren't, you're in total denial, and the more you resist, the more you will suffer. Everything is crumbling out there. A close source to the couple shared that their breakup wasn't a decision they had made overnight. They were amazing for years until they no longer were. They have grown apart because of different focuses.
What does the after party look like for you guys? Are you hanging? We're going maybe bed?
According to The Insider, part of the reason for Momoa and Bonet's split was his booming career. Just a few years ago, he had been struggling to find work, and now he's one of Hollywood's biggest stars. On the other hand, Lisa has no interest in joining her husband in every location while he's filming, so all of their time apart was taking its toll on their relationship. It's been difficult for them to be apart, The Insider said. For some people, it might strengthen their marriage. For Lisa and Jason's marriage, being apart has been a disaster. But before things all crumbled, Jason and Lisa were one of Hollywood's most beloved couples, and their love story will have you believing that anything can happen. Jason Momoa saw Lisa Bonet for the first time on The Cosby Show, which marked her debut on television as an actress during the 80s. He was only 8 then, but when he saw her on screen, he was completely enchanted by her. In a 2017 interview, Jason finally admitted,
Ever since I was like 8 years old and I saw her on the TV, and I was like, Mommy, I want that one. I'm like, I'm gonna stalk you for the rest of my life and I'm gonna get you.
The actor sure did get to meet Lisa and fall in love with her. He even called himself a full-fledged stalker and didn't tell her about his childhood crush until they had 2 children.
No, I definitely, after the second baby came out, I'm like, I got something to tell you. I'm a stalker.
He didn't want to seem creepy and weird, even though we think this is romance at its peak. I've always wanted to meet her. She was a queen, always, he added. So we can only imagine what it was like for Jason when he got to meet his lifelong crush in person. In 2005, a mutual friend of Jason and Lisa introduced them at a jazz club in New York. Momoa couldn't contain his excitement and even admitted that he had his hair styled in dreadlocks just for her. The actor described the moment as being at the right place at the right time, like any true epic romance begins. I literally turned around and I see her and she goes, I'm Lisa. I had fireworks going off inside, man. Jason explained about the first time they met.
Yeah, I'm just like, I turned around to my friend and was like,
Lisa also shared in an interview that it wasn't full on from the moment they saw each other, but we have been together from the day that we met. Jason was in his late 20s when he asked Lisa to go on a date with him, and she was in her late 30s. But the age difference wasn't even a bother for them. Bonet admitted that love came, and it came big, and she admired that Jason didn't run away from the intensity as most men did. He basically picked me up and threw me over his shoulder, caveman style, she shared. Jason convinced Lisa to take him home because he was staying at a hotel at the time. The two ended up sharing a meal at Cafe 101, where Momoa said they hit it off. So, over a casual meal of Guinness and grits, love flourished, and the rest was history. After dating for about 2 years, the couple welcomed their daughter, Lola, and a year later welcomed their second child, Noka Wolf. At the time, Lisa was then already a parent to daughter Zoe Kravitz from her previous marriage with Lenny Kravitz. In an interview, Zoe shared about her blended family. My dad and my stepdad get along really well, and my dad loves and is close with my brother and sister. Adding that it was really beautiful. Everyone can be in the same room together and they all love each other.
It's all about that. We are one family. We love and support each other, and it's a beautiful thing. I don't know, people seem to be in awe of it. It seems very normal to me, but I suppose a lot of people don't have that situation.
They're all happy and healthy together. And when it comes to fatherhood, Jason admitted that it totally changed him for the better. He shared that his life before kids was a little reckless and a bit out of control. But after becoming a father, he felt more focused. He explained that he loved himself more and took better care of himself because he wanted to make sure he lived a long life to stick around with his kids.
My dreams finally came true. I'm a father. I found my place, my home.
While fans had initially assumed that the couple had married in 2007, it didn't turn out to be true. Jason and Lisa only tied the knot in 2017 after 12 years together and having 2 kids. However, Momoa explained that he felt like he had been married for 12 years anyway. The official ceremony was just a gathering of their families to celebrate their love. The couple had tried to keep the ceremony low-key and intimate, and guests were limited to their closest friends and family at their home in California. Unfortunately, someone had leaked the details online. I thought it would have stayed on the down low, but some asshole leaked it, and I will find you, Jason joked in an interview. When Lisa made a return to acting with a role on the ABC crime drama Life on Mars, she shared that it was Momoa who helped her put herself back out there. The actress explained that she was naturally a very shy person, and getting back to acting was an intense decision for her to make. But having a mate has given me that feeling of safety. She continued, "Jason is the love of my life. He's everything I hoped would come." On the other hand, Momoa shared that after his season 1 of Game of Thrones ended, he and his family were practically starving. The series hadn't yet grown in popularity, and they were still waiting for it to take off. So in the meantime, Jason admitted that he was struggling to land any major roles. "I couldn't get work. It's very challenging when you have babies and you're completely in debt," he confessed. For a few years, he only appeared on a handful of TV shows, in an action movie, and in a small number of indie projects. Through it all, Lisa was by his side, supporting him and giving him the strength he needed to push through and stay motivated. Thankfully, Game of Thrones blew up and was a huge success, so Jason didn't have to worry about feeding his family anymore. On the red carpet, the couple was always a hit too, sometimes even color coordinating their outfits.
Obviously, you guys have been together for quite a while, but you made it official. Do you feel like newlyweds again?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If I wasn't on camera right now, I would tell you. Oh yeah.
And how could we forget when Jason lent his velvet jacket to his wife at the Golden Globes because she was cold? Photos and videos of the actor sitting in a tank at the awards went viral on social media. He was the picture-perfect gentleman that had fans swooning. "I had to take care of the wifey," he reportedly told photographers the day after the show. "It was cold in there." Lisa didn't very often talk about her personal life, but in an exclusive interview, she opened up about her feelings for her husband. What's cool about Jason is that he's an alpha male who stands for love and family. And to circle back to my own wounds, having an absent father, then to be fully met by a man of that stature is really incredible, she said. She added that Jason embodies a rare form of masculinity in this day and age. He's a leader, he's generous, and just in terms of charisma, physique, the right use of power, responsibility, work ethic, you can go down the line. However, from the beginning of their relationship, Jason never shied away from expressing his feelings for his beautiful wife, sharing, "My wife is a very pretty woman. She's beautiful and I love her. I'm a very lucky man." He went on to explain that she was his dream woman, adding, "She's an angel. She's amazing. God bless her. She's seeing this one through." He even went on to say that marrying Lisa was one of his life's greatest accomplishments. If someone says something isn't possible, I'm like, listen here, I married Lisa Bonet. Anything is f***ing possible. He also referred to his wife as a goddess and made a clear statement about their relationship dynamic when discussing whether or not the family would adopt a new dog. "It's up to Mama. Mama is the boss. Everyone knows that," he said. However, after 16 years of sharing precious moments together, the couple suddenly announced that they were parting ways, and fans couldn't understand why. In a lengthy post, the actor wrote to his 16.5 million followers on Instagram, "We have all felt the squeeze and changes of these transformational times. A revolution is unfolding, and our family is of no exception. And so, we share our family news that we are parting ways in marriage." The couple's split is still fresh, and new details of their parting are still being released. So, while we don't know everything that happened behind the scenes, we will never forget their epic love story and all the special things they said about each other. Even though things didn't work out, they were lucky enough to find each other and share a beautiful family.